Early morning on Hinze Dam with the Rapala team. Got Uncle Olo with us. G'day Uncle Olo.
Good morning.
Got Mick, aka the Horn Dog. Don't know why they call him the Horn Dog. Apparently something really long, but I think it's just his height. Trying to chase some bass today. Testing all the Rapala gear. So just throwing around Topwater this morning. These new Rapala precision pencils on the 13. That's a Z slide, is it?
Yep.
Alright, see if we can get on Topwater. So Otto's throwing one of these things, which is traditionally a saltwater lure, more for what, tailor and surface stuff like that. And this has got to be, I think, one of Mick's favourite bass lures. What's this called again? A Max Wrap Walk and Roll Pen. 10, sorry. Max Wrap Walk and Roll 10. It's a pretty cool looking thing. So it's like it's got a little cup face. You can see there. And just like a little fat body at the bottom. But yeah, cool looking thing and dark colours. Alright, let's go and get one. So yeah, with your retrieve, do you prefer a fast or a slower retrieve, Mick?
Me personally, I like a fast retrieve because it's just a reaction bite. They've got no choice to make a decision.
Yeah.
The quicker you go, they've pretty much got to come and nail it.
Okay. And predominantly early mornings for your Topwater bite, and then during the day you go down deeper?
Yeah, 100%. Like now it's a bit cooler. The fish would have pushed up early. Up here in this little bit warmer water. So that's probably why I like throwing Topwater first up. And obviously you can't beat Topwater early in the morning.
Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as that sun comes up, those fish sort of school out off the tree line here, or out a bit deeper, and obviously you just find the thermocline there, and you work out where the fish are sitting.
Okay.
Then you start using your jigs and
stuff like that.
spoons and soft plastics and all that kind of stuff.
So really anybody could get out and bass fish as long as you got an electric to get out in some of these dams. Because not all the dams you can use petrol power on.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, that's right. Like Hinze's obviously an electric only dam. They do allow you to come up here and use a bigger boat, but obviously you have to take your motor out of the water and unplug your fuel line, all that kind of thing. But it's just coming up here is a nice get away from the crowds and stuff like that you get out in the salt water. Most times you come up here, there's only half a dozen boats up here.
Going around, and it's all at our doorstep. 15 minutes from the Gold Coast, 20 minutes.
And there's some big bass that live in this dam. There's a lot of sort of those high 50-metre fish that you can catch certain times.
Yeah.
This time of year you get a lot of the fish school up, so you get a lot of schooled fish. They're a little bit smaller, but
okay. Still a lot of fun. You'll get numbers.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, so we've gone from a Topwater bite where only Otto, the marlin fisherman, hook 2, drop 2, Mick the guru,
No love.
and me, no love. So we're going on a deep water bite now, and we're using
So that's a 40-gram slow rocker.
a slow rocker.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
we've
it
got
obviously
the jigs.
represents, here in Hinze now, there's a lot of bonies in here, and a lot of the bonies that they're eating, when you catch them, they'll spit them out. They're pretty much exactly the same size as that slow rocker. And like 40 gram, I like 40 gram because when the fish are sitting at the moment, like I've been up here a few times, they're sitting about 8 metres, so the heavy weight, when you do a long cast, the good thing with the heavy weight, the lure will actually stay in that water column around that 8 metres a lot longer before it starts coming back up. So basically you're covering a lot more water, and you're pretty much covering the water where the fish are sitting, so you count it down. Like where if we're in sort of like 10-12 metres water, you let it hit the bottom and then you'll just wind it up 10-15 winds and let it go back down. If
So
the
it's just a slow retrieve?
Yeah, just a slow roll. If the fish are on, a lot of the times you won't only get them on the wind, you'll get them as they're dropping.
Okay.
And if they're, that's as I say, if they're going to eat them when they're dropping, that means the fish are pretty active. So.
All right, and you've got
I run a single on the back, and then it's like change and put a set of DMC assists on it, just to you know, you can't have enough hooks.
yeah.
So yeah, it's just a retrofit that, you know, most people do on no matter what brand of spoon they are. They're probably the best thing is just having that extra hook on the back, because when they're sort of coming up and just biting it. Yeah, as I said, the more hooks the better.
Thought on scent in bass fishing. Do you ever use scent on any of your jigs or soft plastics?
Yeah, I won't say I don't. I suppose it's like anything. It's like some people become a confidence thing for you. You know, like and the other thing is sometimes you can just mask different smells. You know, your sunscreens and you know, all that kind of thing.
You reckon it entices a bite if they do hit it once? And
possibly. I don't know if there's a rule out there that does or doesn't, but I think it more comes down to confidence. If you've caught something doing something, you do it regularly.
Yeah.
So, you know, soft plastic fishing, if you're fishing for flathead or something like that, you know, you might have a favourite scent that you use and you religiously put it on and you seem to catch fish, so it's you always just do that.
Yep.
So, but yeah, we definitely do put scent on like the metal spoons or plastics when we're fishing here.
so Otto again. Okay, so got him in the mouth and up on the back as well.
He was getting nowhere.
The guru's at it again. Rare one, that one. So just another 50 to add to the bag. You've actually upgraded. It's a good fish.
Nice.
I've got a question.
Yep.
When we're hopping our jigs, are you keeping contact with your line, or are you on the drop?
You can't. Yes and no. There's sometimes you do want it to, but I reckon when you're casting like a long distance, you want it to like flutter a little bit better.
So drop your rod tip.
Slack line, it doesn't flutter as good.
Yeah.
So
drop your rod tip more.
I like to, once you cast it, you wind it up 10-15 winds up through the school, and then I like to let it flutter back down through the school.
Okay, so don't keep contact so you're not having tight line. Okay. Not only is he one of the best bass and marlin fishermen we know, we reckon he's caught every tree in Hinze Dam so far. There we go. So Mick, does the pressure have anything to do with how bass feed?
Sorry?
Pressure, barometric pressure.
Oh yeah, it would definitely. Yeah, obviously, like most fishing, Aussie's on. You know, you get a sudden rise or fall in a pressure, and you know it'll turn fish on. Yep. But like a stable, barometer, you know, the usual thing, 1010 to 1020 sort of things, like a good barometer for bass.
So that old saying, 10-20 fish are plenty?
Yeah, pretty much. But like when it starts getting over that, the fishing can be a little bit harder. But
and what does it do? Can you just explain what the pressure does?
It's obviously the swim bladders or whatever in a fish. You know, like it affects where they sit in the water, I would think. So you know, the higher the pressure, you know, it obviously does something with their internals and their swim bladder or whatever it is, and then obviously again when the barometer's low, it does the same kind of effect to them. So I think, you know, when you get that stable barometer, as I said, around that 1010 probably is a good one to 1020.
Okay.
You know, that's generally when you get a lot of fish in that sort of time.
Okay.
And then also you got stuff like moon rises and moon sets and all that kind of stuff can play a big part too.
Yeah.
No matter what type of fishing it is, whether it's barra fishing, bass fishing, all that kind of stuff. I usually try and fish around some of those bite times.
Yeah. So Mick's on. Finally got one.
Yeah, finally. It's long awaited. fish. I reckon he's probably going to be the best fish so far we've caught.
So we're distance casting at these things and getting them on the drop. Need the net? Yeah, better fish. There we go.
Monster, but he's decent.
Still a good fish.
Slow rocker.
On the slow rocker.
Little bass.
Yeah, good fish.
Not as big as a fish now.
Oh, he's fighting all right.
Nah, he's only a little fella, about 40 centimetres.
Ah, he's still a good fish.
I'll be right, I just
Think.
put him in. Yeah, so the slow rocker, 40 grammer.
Right, so we're just going to talk about the line, Mick. What pound braid do you normally run?
In here in a bait caster, generally anywhere from 10 pound to 20 pound. You know, if you're fishing really tight in the trees, you'd probably want to go 20 and 20 pound leader. But fishing out off the trees or on like little flats or something like that, you can get away with a lighter leader and lighter line. So 10 pound on some of the bait casters with like a 14 or 15 to 20 pound leader.
Yep.
If you're fishing plastics or, you know, blades or jigs or something like that, generally I run like 6 pound mainline, so 832.
Yep.
And again, 8 to 10 pound, or you know, anywhere from around that 10 pounds probably safe for plastics and stuff like that. The biggest thing with Hinze is there's so much structure in the dam, so that's pretty much why, the only reason why I'd go up in leader is more so if you're fishing tighter to structure, and like, again, like going back to the Braid 832, so abrasion resistance, it's good to, if you ever get in amongst the trees. 832 is definitely the go. If you want to get out of the thing and fish flats, 131, you know, it's a bit more rounder line, it casts a lot further, so you know you're covering a lot more water. So,
and that's a 13 carrier line, isn't
it? Yes, it is.
Big one, but it's still a fish, and that was on the drop on the rocker. I changed back to the rocker. There we go, on the rocker. I changed my technique and just started erratically hopping this thing, and guess what? Got a bass. All right, 3 more and I'll overtake my stick count. That got leader. So with that temp coming up, they'll start biting harder.
Yeah, I just think, you know, like a little, as I said, when we first got on this morning, it was like 17 degrees, so that couple of degrees difference could be the difference for them to like get a bit more active.
Okay.
You know, the sun, we've got a really clear day, so it's going to warm up it's going to take, like, the water's going to take a little bit longer because you didn't have cloud cover. So. But yeah, now it's come up, and usually you catch a fish and the sounder just lights up. So
okay, so one fish will turn on the rest of it.
Yeah, it just brings a school, because if you like the fish, all the fish are going, what's going on? What have I missed out on? So you know, they get a bit active.
Let's go and get that Rapala lure.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go again. No. Okay. So we changed up the lure. What do they call these ones?
Nauvoo spoon.
Nauvoo spoon. So it's a lot slower drop on this lure. And first cast, didn't find a tree, found a fish. Bit better fish, I reckon.
Yeah, normally when you get them on Navus, they're a little bit better quality too. Yeah, he's a good fish.
Oh, yeah, good fish.
He's actually a good fish. You want to grab that net?
Yep. Okay.
Biggest. It's a good fish.
There we go. On the Nauvoo. Now, he's a good fish. Let me just unpin him, show you.
Nice fish.
So the further you put your arms out, just a tip,
The
cut
bigger
your
it
elbows
gets.
in, is now a 60.